Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about an idea that really made me think, an idea that, at first glance, might sound a bit dramatic, but I promise you, it perfectly captures a profound truth about how many of us live our lives. We're diving into the concept of breaking free from being a slave to our emotions. Now, I know that phrase, slave to emotions, can sound a bit over the top, almost like a tagline for a self-help guru. But honestly, as I've observed my own life, and then looked closely at the lives of those around me, friends, colleagues, even strangers, I've realized it's not an exaggeration at all. It's a strikingly accurate description of a pervasive issue, the way our inner emotional states often dictate our entire existence, rather than the other way around. We talk about losing our groove, feeling down, or experiencing wild mood swings as if these are external forces we have no control over. The ideal, of course, is that we control our moods, but the stark reality for so many of us is that our moods control us. And when something controls you, when it tells you what to do, how to feel, and what you're capable of, what is that if not a form of slavery? Think about it. We wake up with responsibilities, with tasks we need to accomplish, with a desire to live a productive and meaningful life. But then an emotion whispers, "Hey, I'm feeling sad today." And just like that, we deflate. Suddenly, nothing gets done. The whole morning, or even the whole day, feels wasted. That's absurd, isn't it? Of course, it works the other way too. Some days, we wake up feeling fantastic, full of energy, and we tackle everything with a furious passion. We're on fire! But how long does that last? For many, it's fleeting. A few days later, we're back down, losing our momentum, feeling like we can't accomplish anything. We might gently refer to ourselves as autists, deeply dependent on inspiration. But if we're brutally honest, it means our lives are completely lacking self-control, beholden entirely to the whims of our feelings. It's like waking up every morning and having to pray, "Oh please, let my mood be good today so I can actually enjoy life, because if my mood isn't good, there's no way I'll be able to cope." And this isn't just about our personal well-being. This emotional volatility has a ripple effect. If you've ever worked in an office environment, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Imagine someone with a terrible mood, especially if that person is your boss or manager. You know how quickly their negative emotional state can spread, infecting the entire team, the entire department. From one person being a victim of their emotions, that negativity can rapidly contaminate dozens of others. You walk in at 8 a.m., clock in, open the internal chat system, and see a curt, irritable message from your boss. Immediately you think, "Oh no, here we go. It's going to be one of those days." Nothing productive has even happened yet, but the emotional tone is set, and it's already bad. This isn't just hyperbole, it's a real, tangible phenomenon. Having observed this dynamic for years, I found myself asking a crucial question: do I want to be a perpetual victim of my emotions? Is this really how I want to live? Do I want my life to be like drawing a random card from a deck every morning? Sometimes it's a happy card, sometimes it's a sad one, and I just have to deal with whatever comes up. If so, my life would be constantly unstable, unpredictable, and frankly exhausting. That kind of erratic, impulsive existence just isn't sustainable or fulfilling. I truly believe that while you might not have fully cracked this code yet, if we are to be truly responsible for our own lives, then we must treat this as a problem that needs solving. It's a puzzle we have to figure out. Because if I keep letting my emotions call the shots, I will never, ever be able to live the life I truly desire. I will always be their victim. And this isn't a short-term affliction, it's not just a bad day or a rough month. If you pay attention, you'll see countless people who are controlled by their emotions for 10, 20, even more years. Just imagine being tied to a boss with an erratic temperament for a long time. It's a terrifying thought, dragging on for years and years. So, let's agree, emotional instability, especially negative emotional instability, is a problem. It's something we need to pay attention to, and more importantly, it's something we need to actively address and influence. Now, if we acknowledge it's a problem, the obvious next question is, what do we do about it? It's easy to talk about, but can we actually do anything? What kind of impact can we have? Well, based on my own experience, I've found a distinction that's incredibly helpful. If you're physically tired, genuinely fatigued, then my advice is simple rest. If you're physically ill, then seek treatment. I'm not talking about serious medical conditions here, I'm talking about basic physical exhaustion. If your body is weary, you rest. That's straightforward. However, if you're dealing with emotional exhaustion, with those unpredictable mood swings, the solution is different, and it actually has two main pathways. One, surprisingly, is still rest, but it's a very specific kind of complete rest. And the second, which might seem counterintuitive, is intense activity, regardless of how you feel. Let me explain each of these. First, let's talk about emotional rest. When you're feeling down, when your mood has plummeted, I strongly encourage you, if possible, to truly rest. This means more than just lying down, it means completely disengaging. Put your phone away. If you practice meditation, sit down and meditate. The core idea is to create a space where emotions can simply come and go without you engaging with them, fighting them, or clinging to them. You're not trying to battle them. You're not trying to suppress them. You're simply allowing them to arrive and then to depart. You become a neutral observer. I know this first option can be incredibly challenging for many people, especially in our hyper-connected 5G world. People will tell you they're exhausted. They have a headache, they're so sad. But they can't put their phone down, they can't truly rest. They might be lying there physically, but their minds are still buzzing, still hooked, still following every sensational headline or social media feed. So, I understand that this method, while powerful, isn't always accessible or easy to implement. Which brings us to the second approach, get active. And I mean really active. This is especially potent on those days when your mood feels completely off. There's something truly miraculous about our bodies in this regard. When you feel sluggish, stressed, or sad, find a way to burn off your physical energy. Go for a run, lift weights, dance, do something that makes you sweat and move intensely. It might sound strange, but it works wonders. This strategy requires a certain level of wisdom, though the wisdom to discern whether your current fatigue is genuinely physical or if it's primarily emotional. If it's emotional, pushing through with physical activity can be incredibly liberating. The real power here, the essence of breaking free from emotional slavery, lies in recognizing that you have a choice in how you respond to your internal states. You don't have to be a pawn to every fleeting feeling. You can consciously decide to disengage and allow emotions to pass, or you can actively channel and transform that stagnant emotional energy through movement. It's about reclaiming your agency. The profound takeaway here is this: the real power isn't in hoping for a good day, but in choosing how you respond to any day. It's about achieving genuine freedom from the tyranny of your own fluctuating moods. When you can clearly distinguish between physical exhaustion and emotional fatigue, If it's the latter, if your body isn't actually tired, but your spirit is dragging, your mood is in the gutter, then my friend, I implore you get up and move. Don't buy into the narrative your mind is selling you in that moment. Don't believe that you have to succumb to the sadness, that today is a day for weakness, for wallowing, for feeling sorry for yourself. You don't. Seriously, you don't need to. Instead, go for a run, go for a swim, find someone, anyone, and just talk to them. The key here, the absolute essential, is to be active. Get moving, folks, because being active is, hands down, one of the most incredible remedies, one of the most potent medicines, for a plummeting emotional state, for those days when your mood just drops through the floor. It genuinely is, now. What this means is that when your mood takes a nosedive and your immediate instinct is to retreat, to curl up, to tell yourself, today, I just don't want to interact with anyone. Well, I understand that impulse. And to be fair, for some people, this approach actually does work, but allow me to make a small, perhaps slightly uncomfortable request. Just a tiny favor. I want you to truly pay attention to something. Consider this: when you're feeling down, you isolate yourself. You tell yourself this is good for you, that it's what you need. But I want you to honestly observe the results of that isolation over those days. Be brutally honest with yourself here. Does it really work? If that isolation truly helps you feel refreshed, genuinely healthy, and authentically happy, then by all means, keep doing it. Because ultimately, the results are what matter most, right? But, and this is a big but, what if it doesn't work? What if it only offers a fleeting sense of mild stability, a temporary reprieve, only for the underlying negativity to persist, to even worsen? What if you still feel that suppressed, heavy weight inside you? If that's the case, then trust me on this. Just for once, trust me. Consider the potent medicine of activity. Find a spot bathed in sunlight. Seek out somewhere cool and refreshing, a park, a natural setting, surrounded by trees. Just get active for me. Be active, and I guarantee you'll discover a sensation that I playfully call the switch feeling. What I mean is this: you could have been feeling profoundly negative, utterly terrible, just half an hour ago. Then, you start moving, you get active, you keep pushing. And somewhere around that 30-minute mark, you'll notice something extraordinary. It's not just that the sadness lifts, you'll actually feel a burgeoning sense of joy, a profound exhilaration, slowly, gently rising within you. I can promise you this: if you live an active life, you will experience this feeling. It's not rare, it's incredibly common. So many people have felt this, myself included. I swear countless individuals have experienced this transformative power. And here's a subtle but powerful telltale sign that you're starting to feel better, that the positive shift is happening. You start to sweat. As the sweat begins to bead and roll, that's often when those joyful sensations start to awaken within you. Because no matter what, you can't escape this biological body you inhabit. You might have a rich inner mental world, even a spiritual one. You might have a universe of your own within your mind. But as long as we're alive in this world, we are biological entities. We are fundamentally human, underscored by our biological nature. And because we have these biological characteristics, how can we possibly escape biological rules? Our bodies produce neurotransmitters, and we've proven, we know, how to encourage the release of those neurotransmitters that make us feel happier, more joyful, more elated. And one of the primary catalysts, one of the most effective ways to achieve that is through activity. It's as simple as that. And let me reiterate this point. The feeling of happiness derived from activity is not some rare, exclusive experience that only a select few, or just myself, can access. It's not proprietary. Just observe. Look around. So many people experience this, truly so many. It's not some hidden secret. So the question becomes, why aren't you taking this medicine every single day? In fact, we need to take this even further, make it a more robust part of our lives. You need to make taking this medicine a regular practice, a consistent habit. Because I know this to be true, many people experience sadness, they get active, and they feel better. But then they don't sustain it. They fail to turn it into a lasting habit. They don't integrate it into their daily routine as something vitally important, something that needs to be done consistently. They don't proactively seek it out, don't actively choose to take this medicine of activity. They simply acknowledge, oh, it works, but then shrug it off, not thinking about it regularly. And in my opinion, that's a missed opportunity, a detrimental oversight. Personally, I believe we need to build a conditioned reflex around this. Even for myself now, if I wake up feeling moody or down, my mind immediately triggers, I need to sweat. That's it. Whether it's morning, noon, or evening, the thought is clear, I need to sweat. And I truly believe this is one of the healthiest, most effective conditioned responses we can cultivate. Because I've experienced this feeling, this transformation, so many times, so clearly. That's why I'm so confident that I understand its progression. From that moment, half an hour ago, when your life felt utterly bleak, when you had no enthusiasm for anything, just profound boredom, and then, a little while later, after you start to sweat, a feeling emerges within you like tiny green shoots, new sprouts, pushing their way through the earth. There are feelings of exhilaration, a gentle high, a subtle joy. These sensations, they bring you back into balance. Because if not, you risk plummeting into the abyss of sadness. No matter how skilled you are, how resilient you consider yourself, you will inevitably experience sadness in this life. You can't eradicate it. You can't exclude it. You can't become immune to it. So the smarter question, the more intelligent problem for us to ponder and solve, is this okay? I accept that life by default will include sadness. If not now, then later. If not a lot, then a little. How then? Can I live peacefully on those days when I wake up feeling sad? Because sadness isn't always something we bring upon ourselves, is it? If it were, it would be much simpler. Some sadness arises from conflicts with people we love, from our interactions with others. How can we possibly control every conflict and interaction with everyone around us, especially those we cherish most? In fact, often it's the people we love the most who cause us the deepest sadness. So, in many instances, sadness is almost entirely beyond our control. We can't block it. We can't lock it away. It simply appears when it wants to, because it can absolutely originate from external sources. So the truly healthy challenge here is this: I accept that life contains sadness, but I want to live peacefully with it. I want to still experience moments of joy, of exhilaration, even on those sad days. How do I achieve that? How do I make that happen? And the answer, my friends, is activity. One option is true rest. If you choose to rest, then truly rest. Don't engage in half-hearted rest. Don't pretend to rest. Don't offer yourself a fake rest. Make it genuine. When you lie down to rest, truly rest. Don't just lie there scrolling. If your body is still but your mind is buzzing, that's not real rest. And if genuine mental calm isn't happening, then choose activity. Get up, get moving, sweat a little. Channel that unspent mental energy into something purposeful. Now, frankly, this isn't groundbreaking stuff. Yet, for years I've discussed these fundamental ideas, and still receive the same questions. It's fascinating. It just shows we're human. We need reminders. I find real joy in being that reminder, in nudging each other towards shared growth. Honestly, I wish everything I hear or encounter daily comes from a place of kindness and good intention. To have someone share an idea because they genuinely want the best for you, that's true happiness. And I guarantee you, everything I've said today has come from that same deep desire to serve you, the listener. I truly hope you felt that sincerity. So, as we close, remember this: true well-being demands intentionality. Whether it's genuine, restorative rest or purposeful, active engagement, choose wisely. It's about doing everything with presence and purpose. Embrace consistent self-reflection and growth, and always seek out interactions born from good intentions. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you an active day if it's daytime for you, and the most restful night if you're listening in the evening. Until next time, take care and keep living intentionally.